This is grandfather. Now, many of you are concerned because you're hearing odd sounds. Some of you don't believe it because you haven't heard them yourselves. However, these sounds are not new. Sounds that seem to come from nowhere, sometimes, granted, are produced by human beings. Other times the videos are touched up and they're not real. But I'm not here to talk about people's videos, much of which is real. I'm here to talk about sounds from the earth. You are shifting, literally, dimensions on a planet while people, animals, everything, the planet is alive. This, I assure you, is not natural. Mother Earth has more than one dimension, just like you do. You exist in other dimensions right now in a different sequence of time. But you are here on Earth because you are attempting to help. It may not be obvious all the time that you are helping, and it may not be obvious all the time that others are either. But the reasons your souls volunteered to come here was so that you could help resolve the unresolvable in the rest of the universe. Because it was made clear to you by your teachers and guides at the deep level of your existence that so much of the unresolvable had built up that it was holding the universe back from its growth. And by growth I do not mean the creation and expansion of the universe physically. By growth I simply mean the expansion of the conscious capacity of all living beings in the universe. Much has been said about this before in talks about the explorer race. But as living beings, the main thing you need to know about these sounds that are so mysterious is that fully 40 to 45% of the time, these sounds are coming from Earth. There are places you can go where you can literally hear Earth breathe. Sometimes this can be heard in caves. Some of you people who explore caves have heard these sounds, and they really do sound like somebody's breathing. Sometimes you think it's just air passages, but Mother Earth moves air in and out of her body. Mother Earth has always made sounds. This is natural and normal for her. But the reason you are able to hear these sounds now is because of the passage that you are on, moving slowly and inexorably back to your natural state of being, but not back in time, forward in time. I use the word back to your natural state of being as a euphemistic application, meaning you are going to become who you are in your natural state of being. And in order to do this, you must go through this passage. Obviously, the simplest way to become who you are in your natural state of being on a permanent basis not the temporary basis you have at the deep levels of your sleep, is when you pass over or die, and then you become your natural state of being. You do not experience the end. There is no end. All right? You just go on in a different form. But we cannot have everybody on the planet dying in order to bring this about. Now, you are moving from one dimension to another in order to bring about not just stability in the universe, because, as I said, you came here to solve the unsolvable. You are exploring ways to do that, hence you are the explorer race, meaning all human beings on the planet. All right? So, you came here to do that, and you have done it. You've completed it, but in order to bring it about and to ground it, you might say, to make it physical in all parts of the universe, you have to traverse this last thing. It's not sufficient to just go into your souls as knowledge, because the knowledge of the unsolvable was always present in all souls in the universe. And the knowledge of how to solve it was also present. However, it had to be solved on the physical plane. And in order to bring the knowledge to its necessary place of application, you have to ride, so to speak, Mother Earth from the third dimension to the fourth dimension, and then more easily and comfortably from the fourth to the fifth. But you're at the midway point now, just a little past the midway point of the third to the fourth dimension. And you are doing it this way because it will guarantee that you will be able to ground the experiences into the fourth dimension, even though the discomfort, the negativity as you call it, will all fall away. Still, in order to ground it, you have to literally walk around on the surface of fourth dimensional Earth. Now, you won't all live to do that. I'm not saying there'll be catastrophe. I'm just saying it will take place in different sequences of time. And some of you will seem to live another 40, 50, 60 years or more. And others of you will find yourself walking around on fourth dimensional Earth, in which life will be totally benevolent, so that's how you'll know you're there. And it will be a different sequence of time. Right now, you're all pretty much occupying a past-oriented timeline. Fourth dimensional Earth is anchored in the future. So, a little bit of review about the explorer race here. So I know I'm going beyond the sounds, but the sounds are literally Mother Earth sighing. How many times have you heard sighs from various people? Not because they're happy something is over, where you just go, ah, but rather other times when people say, oh, 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 oh. And some of you have heard many variations of that. Most of these sounds are Mother Earth sighing because you have solved the unsolvable. And every time you agree to move forward onto that fourth dimensional pathway, Mother Earth is able to relax a bit more. So I don't want you to worry about these sounds. It's not about an invasion. It's not that somebody's trying to communicate with you other than voices. That's something different. We'll talk about that another time. But if they're just sounds, don't worry. You can say, if you're all by yourself, it's all right, Mother Earth. We are helping, and I know you are helping too. Or you can just say, good life, Mother Earth. It'll be all right. And I will say to you, it will be all right. Good life.